Yo, what's up, guys? We're back, and today we're on episode 2 of the Cooking the Goo with Neshalo, and today we have a deck that is a fan favorite, archetype-wise at least. We have Starfrost traveling around the world, and this time he's visiting the Calarium planet, as well as Recphobia. And today we're going to be talking about Mannadiums, okay? But with the nice Scareclaw package as well, and what this deck is capable of post-Duelist Nexus. It got, I think, 3 new cards added to the arsenal, which is Mannadium, Trid, Visas, Amitara, and then you also have Crimson Dragon. So some really powerful cards got added to this deck strategy, and we're going to see what this deck is all about now, post-Duelist Nexus. And of course, I have my boy Nesh right here with me. What's up, Nesh?
Yeah, so without further ado, let's move on to the deck list. Let's cut the crap. So first of all, Tricalarium. Tricalarium is obviously the main engine of the deck, the field spell. It gives you access and versatility. So you can add Rumart, you can add the Mick or the Triad or the Visa Starfrost. So those are your main key cards, and that's why Calarium has to be a 3 with Terraforming. Obviously this card will lose us to draw more, but if you're running Reinforcement, might as well run Terraforming. If you have to lose to draw, let's do it with style. Mannadium Obsession. Mannadium Obsession is the extender of the deck and also helps you to play through Nibiru, because using the second effect in the graveyard you can special summon a Visa Starfrost or a monster with 1521 defense. Remember that, and that's very important, especially for technical plays, that the field spell Planet Calarium will boost your light monsters you control with 100 attack for each tunnel you control or in your graveyard, and that's why you will not see in this deck list cards like Ash Blossom,
Veiler.
Ghost Bell, Veiler, because those are tunnels. So when we start with the Calarium, and then you have to add Rumart, and then the Rumart has to add the Triad or the Mick, remember that then if you have one of those like Ash, Veiler, or Bell in your graveyard, your Rumart is gonna be boosted by the field spell, which makes the card a synergic card, but also an anti-synergic card with specific cards in your deck, such as Entrap Stunners. Then we got Mannadium Imagining. Mannadium Imagining is basically Upstart. That's it. It has a nice effect in the graveyard, which tunes your 15-2100 defense monster a tanner.
That comes up. Yeah, it comes up with like Reichard and Riemhart, because then you can make Emitara off that, and then like make a Synchro 8 off that as well. Like it definitely comes up. I think like the effect make it a tuner. It came up for me a couple times. I like it.
Exactly. Then we got Double Arrival. I think this card is definitely a 2-off, especially because it's not once per turn as the activation of the card, so you can reborn. Even if you are Druid, you can use it as a monster reborn, and it's searchable with Reichert, and I think it's very good. Definitely a 2-off. Maximize the consistency. That's what I want to do with this, and makes, in my opinion, a lot of sense. 3 Rumart, nothing to explain about this card, obviously broken. 3 Reichert, like we... At
a lot of people want to play 1 or 2, yeah.
Yeah, people were playing 1 or 2, but I think the issue of this deck is not opening 1521 defense monsters. Like, the more you play, the more chances you have to play the game. So, in a competitive format, especially in a big tournament, you don't want to break. You want to have the max consistency as you can get from this deck. Playing more 1521 defense is probably the best thing you can do, and in my opinion, it's the right choice to play.
Yeah, because a combo that you can do that like is super underrated is the fact that like you normal summon Reichard, and it, because the thing, this deck needs access to Starfrost, like, and this card is a Monster Reborn and a Starfrost access, and it lets you summon like Meeks and Chid from your hand, which typically aren't that good in your hand if you play less copies of Reichard. Like, these cards are literally bricks, but if you max out on the 15-21, especially with Rhoda 2, you have 7, it's like really, really powerful, because you can like normal summon Reichard and then like search the Reborn spell, special Meek, make the link 1, search access, then use like Phobia to search Starfrost, and all of a sudden like you have a bunch of lines that open up, because you can like you can Arrival, bring back Starfrost, and use Starfrost plus the Meek to make Amitara. Amitara will search you access to like Calarium, and then all of a sudden you have access to all of your engine, you know? So like this card actually bridges really well with like the other Mannadium monsters like the Meek and the Trid, which historically like you know are basically in my opinion bricks, but now because you're playing more 1521 they're like so much better. And then
Yeah. And guys, don't confuse like playing a lot of Reichart as playing more normal summons, because remember the second effect of Humart, actually
Yeah.
the first effect of Humart, it special summon itself by destroying a 1521 defense on the board, or just a Mannadium monster. So
Yeah.
you can, if you open Reichart with Rumart, it's actually good going second as well, because you have Reichart normal summon, your opponent tries to pop or interact with it, you can just chain Rumart.
Yeah.
3 Visa Starfrost, to be honest, nothing to explain about this card. It's the main core of the deck. 1 Ratiophobia, we were considering to be honest, but for the extra deck spots and slots, if you play the second one, you should play also this, in my opinion, the second Scarecrow, but if you are not playing the second Scarecrow, I think this is a solid one-off. 3 Make, best ball after Thrive, which is the new addition from Nexus.
Yep.
Going over the flex spot, we got 3 Impermanents, 3 Troll, 3 Book of Moon, 2 Triple Tactical Talent, 1 Call by the Grave, and Counter Trap that's Reframing that we're gonna search every turn during our combo that we're gonna showcase at the end of the deck profile. So stay tuned. Going over the extra deck. Pack.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to like play this deck. So like there's like the Calamities version, and like then there's the Nest version. But we can like go over both like the differences between the two. But I think like the Calamity version is also really good because by committing into it, you like are basically putting all in on Calamities. And like if people play Super Poly or Droplets to counter the Calamities combo, then you're pretty bodied. Or if the opponent sets 5, then the Calamity combo is like way worse. So I feel like the Calamity combo is like good, but only, you know, like it kind of put all your eggs in one basket, in my opinion. So that's like the only thing that you have to keep in mind. But it is definitely like an auto win against like any other deck though, and it's protected. But we play 3 Astrolaud because literally the combo we're doing uses 2 Astrolaud, so having 3 I think is really nice. 1 Chaos Angel. And, oh yeah, Astrolaud is not once per turn to summon itself, which is like crazy. And the effect to summon to pop is also not once per turn, so having 3 is like insane. I think also some of the extra cards is like Calamities. Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel is like crazy because you can make it with like Rykart and Starfrost, and then all of a sudden you have like a monster that's unaffected and can't be destroyed by battle. Unaffected by monster effects, obviously, but because you play a lot of synchro monsters, all your synchro monsters would be unaffected by monster effect, which is like crazy. So as you're breaking your part of your opponent's board, if you go like Abscission, Special Starfrost from hand, normal summon Rykart, your opponent has to like interact there, and it's really difficult. So Axel is like really good because you have level 2 tuners in your deck, so it's obvious. Baron, not much to explain. It's 4s and 6s. This Potter is really hard to summon in this deck without Axel, but because we got access to a new Synchro 12, which is basically generic, the Crimson Dragon, we're able to like use this to cheat out Bissell to Spotter, and I think that's super broken. And the way you do that is use Crimson Dragon targeting the Baron. We play Agronine because I think Kashtira is still a deck in the format, so you want to play Agronine because it makes it so your monsters can't be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effects this turn, so I think that's really neat. If you play Raigeki Dark Hole because of Unchained or something like that, it also randomly beats that, so I think it's pretty good. And then if you do it in response to like an opponent's effect, you actually can banish their cards as well, which I think is really neat. And it randomly comes back as well, because if a card is banished by your opponent's card effect, you can randomly just bring this back. So I think that's like nice. This is the new Synchro 8 of the deck. The Arbitrara. I think this card is like crazy.
Yeah.
You can add any spell trap that mentions Starfrost from your deck to your hand. And in some of the combo lines, it's actually really important to go into this, especially in the hand where you open like Rykart, Meek, Starfrost. Like you want to go into this because this card gets you access to Colarium, which gets you the other piece of your engine. And having other pieces of your engine is really nice because your Despotter brings back a Starfrost, so you want 2 1521 monsters in your graveyard basically, and that's so you get to summon Astrolaud twice. So this card is really good. It also becomes Starfrost in the main monster zone, and I think that's like super underlooked because that allows you to trigger Lightheart to bring itself back, which is nice.
There is a thing.
Yeah.
that I didn't know about the new Visas Synchro.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you can synchro summon this
Using
card
two
using
turn.
two
Yeah.
Tanner.
2 turns. Yeah. I taught Nesh that one. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I didn't know about that one actually. I just read that and I was like, yo, that cannot be possible because like it's actually real. You can summon this card using just a Visa, Starfrost, and any Mannadium ball.
Yeah.
Because this card doesn't say one Tanner plus one non-Tanner monster. This card says one plus Tanners plus one light monster, which is crazy.
Yeah. Definitely crazy. And then obviously I already explained Crimson Dragon. This card is literally busted. It lets you cheat out extra deck monsters, and the monster you summoned is considered synchro summon, so it's properly summoned, so you can like monster reborn it back or something. Legheart to search Phobia, Cross Sheep for the combo to reborn. You have Appaloosa, which by the way you can like make with like Chaos Angel, so your Appaloosa can't be destroyed by battle, so you get the full negates, which is insane. You play Azalea, which is like the tech that came out with.
Yeah. Yeah, so Azalea and Moon. You use basically
them.
this deck had an hard time against Floodgates. So I thought I wanna have an out against Floodgates. No matter what, I wanna have at least a theoretical out against those cards. So we have Azalea to beat Gods and Match in the when you go into Scarecrow Liart and you special summon the right chart, and then you add obviously the arrival, then you can use those two to go into Azalea in order to pop the Gods and Match. And then we have against Rivalry and Gods and Match, against Rivalry and Skill Drain, we have the Protector of Agents Moon. So when you're gonna have two bolts like two Meek or a Triad, you can use Moon Effect Tribute itself to out Skill Drain, or Moon Effect in order to out Rivalry when you are locked in those positions. I wanted just a theoretical out. I'm not guaranteeing that's always gonna work. I just wanted to have a chance.
Also, Moon is kind of cool because in the grind, on like if you use your Appaloosa negate next turn, it's at 0, and it survives somehow. You can use Appaloosa because it's a fairy. Also, Astrolabe is also a fairy, so like you can use Astrolabe to make Moon as well in the grind game. So.
Yeah. Then we have some honorable mentions. The honorable mentions, obviously, as Pac mentioned, Olkin, Bishop Olkin, and then we got King Calamity. And Barricade Blocker. Barricade Blocker is used in a lot of combos, actually recently, in order to grab you back the follow-up, because you're gonna end on a Retrophobia on the board, and your Calarium is gonna be in the graveyard, and you can use the effect of Blocker in order to add Calarium back from your graveyard to your hand, discarding the card that you draw from Reichard if it's a one-card combo. Because Reichard is gonna draw a card using his own effect, because you're gonna control 3 monsters in defense. And then the other honorable mention that I got.
This card's broken.
The other honorable mention that I got is for Beatrice, because Beatrice can send can send 3 Karma, and 3 Karma allows you to search the field spells or to search the counter trap.
No, bro, this card is also really crazy. Square Crawl Tinsaw, because you can search it off the Visas kit. Like this searches this as well, because it mentions Starfrost. And if you keep up this card becomes a banish 2 instead of a pop 2. Just so you know.
And the last honorable mention that I got is Mannequin Cat in an entrap format might come very handy when you have 2 bolts on the board and your opponent has a nice attribute in the graveyard like a dark or light monster in order to proceed with your combo, or to unlock an unwinnable position. That said, without further ado, Pac, let's proceed with the combo.
Hey guys, go to txx1.com and use PAC10 for 10% off. You can get access to the best sleeves, best over sleeves in the game for competitive play. The Supreme Pros are what I'm currently using for my main deck right now. And if you guys want to get access to them as well, go to txx1.com and use PAC10 for 10% off. See you there. Anyways, enjoy the video. Alright, let's check some of the combos out. So this, if you open like Trid plus Dreamheart, this is what we were trying to do. So you go normal summon Trid, Dreamheart effect, special summons from the hand, pop the Trid. Go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Trid summons the Meek, Dreamheart stirs Obsession. Obsession effect will pop the Meek searching Calarium. Meek will then trigger to summon another Meek from the deck. You'll activate the effect of Calarium to search a Starfrost and activate Obsession in the graveyard to summon the Starfrost from the hand. If you've been counting, this is exactly going to be the 5th summon. Okay, so this right here is going to be the 5th summon. to make you Baron. Okay, so you play around Nibiru. Then you're gonna banish Visas and the Realm Heart to summon Astrolaud. Astrolaud will pop the Meek using its effect to summon a Meek from the graveyard off Colarium and a Meek from the deck that's level 4. Here, this is why Crimson Giant is really broken, because you're allowed to cheat out Bissell Despotter, which is something that you couldn't historically do prior, except unless you play Axel. So now we summon Bissell Despotter by using Crimson Dragon to target the Baron, because Baron's a Synchro 10, we're able to summon a Synchro 10 by shuffling back the Crimson. We'll use Bissell Despotter's effect to summon back the Visa Starfrost, and then make the Link 1 to search Wreck Phobia. You want to keep a lot of your monsters in defense because it allows you to get a draw off of right cards. And also, on your opponent's turn, if your opponent doesn't clear the Wreck Phobia, it's a free pop to like crack their board. Here, we're going to activate the Reborn spell, and then we're going to use Starfrost and Meek to make the Visas Mutara. And this card is really crazy because, like I said, we use 2 tuners to make it. Like, this is literally the line in which it comes up. And we're going to use this effect to add a counter trap from the deck to our hand, Mannadium Reframing. Then we're going to link these two off into a... we usually summon this in like zone 2 or 4 so we can like have cross sheep combos. And then we're going to summon Astrolaud again. We're going to use cross sheep to bring back Meek. We're going to use Meek and Astrolaud here to make a Arginine. You can also make Chaos Angel here as well, either or. And then we're going to bring back Lightheart. And the reason why we're able to do this is because the Visas is considered the Visas Starfrost while in the main monster zone. And yeah, all the monsters get a permanent 700 attack boost too. Yeah, so Baron's 37. This is 42 technically. We make Appaloosa with 24, 2400. And then we have Mannadium Reframing, right? So this is really, really good because basically like it's going to be really hard for your opponent to out this. The only issue is the Mannadium Reframing doesn't destroy, but if you really think about it, you're using Reframing on spells and traps anyway, so you don't need to destroy it. Like, you literally have Baron, like, you're going to use it to negate, like, Dark Ruler, Evenly, Lightning, like, those type of cards anyways. So, like Reframing not able to destroy is, like, literally irrelevant in my opinion. But you see, you go through double Astrolaud in this combo, so as a result, like, I think the third one's actually really, really good. And, yeah, I think overall, this is, like, pretty good. You have 3 negates here. You chain this as a banish. There's like 7 interruptions technically, so I think this is really good. You also get a random draw. It's a 2-card combo. You get a card back at the end of the combo, so you technically you converted 1 card into all of this technically, you know what I'm saying. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the combo, and if you guys are interested in learning or seeing more of the combos or more of the decks post Dune, then don't forget to subscribe. And also subscribe to my boy Nesh for helping me out with these videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace! Nesh, any last words? Peace? Peace.
Last word.
What's the last word?
Last word.
Alright, done. Nesh, shut the hell up, boy. Anyways, we're signing out. See ya.